Hello everyone, Eddie here again with another video, and today's topic, what I want to talk about is that President Trump called President Zelensky a dictator. As things are escalating, it seems that this current administration is ever so slowly, well, not, I shouldn't say slowly, but ever so moving steadily toward Russian side, from using Russian talking points to saying Volodymyr Zelensky initiated and started the war. And I don't know, I guess with everything that's going on with like the federal government under attack in America, it's kind of somewhat hard to view other things, but this one always gets me just because, when I first saw Zelensky, he kind of reminded me of Obama in that when he first came into office, he looked like he was so young and full with life, and then he basically had this huge war dumped on him, and he's become a wartime president. And you can just see the progression as he starts to gray, and that's why it reminds me of Obama. I think as Obama learned all the stuff that was going on, he started to gray. But I'm just really struck at the fact that President Trump called Zelensky a dictator. And I just think that is crazy. Actually, it is telling because, spoiler alert, Trump has a tail. Usually, whatever he says about somebody else, he's doing the same thing. So, I can only imagine, I can't necessarily get into his head, but I can only imagine is that if he would do it, then he thinks anyone else would do it. But this is me wanting to appeal to, I suppose, all of the, anti-war hawks, the conservatives that did not like Russia. Seriously, where is the outcry? Where is this is an ally of ours? Shouldn't we stand by our allies? I just feel like that's a simple enough request that, they are fighting the front lines to maintain democracy. They have boots on the ground, so we don't have to have boots on the ground. And I just don't understand why the sentiment is shifting toward Russia and, making Ukraine the bad guy. Because they really are doing us a service by fighting that war, because it delays us eventually having to go against Russia, sending U.S. troops, our brave men and women in uniform. But, even if you're not an altruistic person and that means nothing to you, just tell me. I mean, for so long, people were talking about one of the big things that they just couldn't take with the Biden administration was that, hey, the price of eggs, everything is expensive. I'm not getting more money in my pocket. What's the deal? So this is something I just want to break down to people, because I want you to understand, if you support this notion that Zelensky is the bad guy, that we should pull our support from this, I want to let you know how that's actually going to impact you. So again, as I said, they are an ally. We assist them. So when we give them all that money that we're giving them for their weapons, we're not actually writing a check and say, here, this money is for you, do as you want. No, we are saying that we're going to give you X amount of weapons. So where would those weapons come from? I'm glad you asked. They would come from the American people. They stimulate the economy because now the American people are building those weapons, and those weapons then get shipped to Ukraine. So as those people build it, we pay for it. Those workers who build it then go into their communities and they buy things such as, food, groceries, electronics, hobbies, They do DoorDash. You name it. They're doing it. They pay for their car bills or their mortgages. They stimulate their economy. And one of the best economies is a wartime economy. So while it is sad that they're fighting over there, we're getting the benefit of a wartime economy without sending our troops to war. And that means money is getting cycled into our communities. So if he does in support with that, then all of the communities that's producing those weapons, you'll see it dry up. And then the big question is, what happened? What happened? So there's two sides. You could take the high moral road and say that, this is a good thing. We should support our allies. We should help them in any way we can. Or you could say, you know what, this does help us in that we're helping them and yet we're benefited from helping it. But just to leave him out in the cold is just really bad. So I guess I'm going to go back to the good book. There's a scripture in the Bible say, so whatever man sow, that is what he reap. We all are going to reap what we sow. We all are going to be accountable for those seeds that we put into the ground and what comes back to us. Because right now, I just want to say we are definitely the strongest nation on the earth. Our military is by far unmatched. They are just good. And it's because, they have really, really just led the way in keeping our freedoms. And so when they see things going on like this and they're trying to help, we should kind of respect their wisdom instead of tearing them down. So what's going on now is that at some point, and it'll probably be another video, but at some point Doge is going to tackle and hurt the Pentagon or take money away from the Pentagon. So once that actually happens and our military starts suffering budget cuts, it'll be really small. You won't notice it, but they won't have the resources they need to defend our liberties. And despite what I just said, and I will say it again, we have the best military in the world, bar none. The U.S. military is a lethal fighting force. But if the whole world decides to turn on us, there's nothing we can do. But wait, why would the whole world turn on us? I don't know. Maybe perhaps after some of our allies see that, we drop our allies when it's politically convenient, maybe they don't want to be our allies anymore, so they won't intervene. And then these same people who are gutting and cutting, they won't be the ones going on the front line. It'll be, to be perfectly honest, it'll be a lot of black and brown people, and the military right now is really diverse, so it will be a lot of people, but it will be those same people that say, I want to serve. Those people who really want to help their fellow man will be the ones losing their lives, the ones that protect our freedom. And when they're unable to do so, we can always think about going back here, like when it all started going downhill. What happened? What changed? Some kind of way, our president said that this president helping us, fighting a war so it doesn't come to our shores, was a dictator. And his co-president, a billionaire, is deciding where our money should go. Never been elected by any of us, but yet he gets to decide. I just wonder, this is the one time I wonder, where's that fiery MAGA passionate that, we support our military? Or is it just we support our military when it's politically convenient to have a photo opportunity? Is that what it is? Because I don't feel like you all are supporting the military. And I really do. I just don't understand. I just really don't understand. We have a great military, and they think this is a good strategic thing that we're doing, supporting Ukraine. And yet we have people that have no knowledge whatsoever of military tactics and strategies, thinking they know better, or getting some type of down the rabbit hole internet meme thing, thinking that it's really true. I'm really concerned for the Ukrainians, and I'm really concerned for their president, because if they stumble and fall, I think that's going to hasten our engagement at some point with Russia. And the idea of, our brave men and women dying just doesn't really sit well with me. If I could leave you with anything, I would just leave you with the fact that as time goes on, during all this turmoil, you're going to find that we're all connected. All of these things are going to impact us as a nation. You may not think it's coming down your lane, but I promise you, it's all connected, and you will feel the impact of it. And if I were you, I would just really get involved. You could start small by just trying to figure out what's true and what's false. Because I just don't understand how so many people could believe that President Zelensky became a dictator overnight. What am I missing that people will actually believe that? So, I will just say, as some of the candidates always say, God bless America, God bless our troops, and you know what? God bless Ukraine, God bless their troops, God bless their president. And maybe God can spread a little extra wisdom around to the American people so that we all can see with our eyes open. Anyway, that's just my opinion. I would love to hear yours in the comment section. And if you continue watching these videos, I will continue to create them. And just want to say one more thing. If you don't mind, please like and subscribe. And then you can also put on the notification if you like my videos. I would greatly appreciate that. Thank you so very much. And until we meet again,